This is Melody, your East Tennessee real estate resource, and I am standing here at this beautiful shelter here at Lakeshore Park in Knoxville, Tennessee. I have done some videos from this location before, but never in front of this beautiful structure, and it's a gorgeous day here. And I was actually just reflecting on my moves over the years. If you followed me for a while, you may know I grew up in Athens, Tennessee. I lived there until I got married, moved to Knoxville, lived in Knoxville for 14 years, moved to Utah for 5 years, and then came back to East Tennessee. And I'm currently living in Knoxville. And I tell you that because two different, maybe three different times now, I've had to choose a real estate agent. Now, this was before I got into real estate, and twice I've had to do it in an area that I have not been familiar with. So, sweet friends, I know a lot of you who are watching this video are in the same place that I am. You are like, I don't live there. I don't know who is going to be relatable to me. I don't know. This is so scary. I mean, it might be in the next town from me. It might be in the next state from me. It might be all the way across the country. So I wanted to make this video specifically for you because I have been in your shoes. If you're planning to relocate to East Tennessee, one of the hardest decisions is choosing the right real estate agent. Again, I have personally done this twice. When I moved to Utah, didn't know anything in real estate, didn't know anybody in real estate. And then when I moved from Utah back home, still didn't know a whole lot of people in real estate because I had lived in the same house growing up. So I didn't know all of this real estate business. The truth is, I've learned this from personal experience. The person you work with can make the experience wonderful or can break the experience to the point where you don't ever want to move again. Today, I'm sharing with you the 5 things that matter most when you're choosing a real estate agent in another city, another state that is different from yours, so you can feel confident with your move. Stay tuned. The number one thing is responsiveness. You need an agent who is going to reply promptly whenever you reach out by phone call, text, or email, and who will also keep you in the loop. A lot of times when people are moving here, they are in a different time zone. So here in Eastern Tennessee, we're in the Eastern time zone, but anything west of Nashville is Central or Mountain or Pacific. So you have to keep that in mind, and your agent has to keep that in mind when corresponding. Responsiveness, a critical attribute in choosing an agent to work with in a move. Number 2, experience and track record. Not all experience is equal. Let me say that again. Not all experience is equal. I know some very, very lovely agents who are renting. I know some lovely agents who have their own home, but they've never moved. And that is great. And I am not dissing anybody. But if you're making a cross country move or cross the state move, well, I've made cross country moves twice. Twice I've made them. So my experience is going to be different from an experience of someone who just bought their first home. It doesn't mean either experience is good or bad. They're just different. Not all experience is created equal. You want to work with someone who has closed transactions with out-of-state buyers because, sweet friends, it is an art form. It's not like working with a local buyer. So you want to ask, have you worked with out-of-state buyers before? The inspections are sometimes different. The showings are sometimes different. Even getting documents signed. Can they do it remotely? Do they need a notary? These are things that experienced agents who have worked with out of state buyers are used to. So they're more comfortable with this and can reassure you more than an agent who might not have had many out of state buyers. Number 3, local market expertise. Okay, friends, I live in Knoxville. I taught with the Knox County schools for over 20 years. I know the different areas of Knoxville: North Knoxville, South Knoxville, East Knoxville, West Knoxville, because I have taught in schools in almost every single one of those areas. And so I know that a community in North Knoxville is not going to be identical to a community in West Knoxville. And a community in South Knoxville is not going to be similar to one in East Knoxville. They all have their own personality. So you want someone who knows the local market, who knows the schools around those areas, who knows the community events around those areas, and the local culture. Number 4, personality and communication style. Friends, just like with teachers and students, you may not always mesh with someone, right? And so it's very important that you find an agent who meshes with your personality. Relocators often spend months communicating with their agent. Maybe they're on Zoom calls, maybe they're on virtual tours. They are often doing everything virtually with their agent until sometimes the day of signing or sometimes the day of moving. You need an agent who communicates clearly and sets expectations. You want someone who's going to make this transaction less stressful. You're going to have enough on your plate packing up your home and getting ready to move. Personality fit matters the most when trust has to be built remotely. Number 5, reputation and reviews. If you don't know anyone in East Tennessee, reviews and recommendations are going to be something that you're going to want to rely on. They become your main trust builder. Look for consistency in reviews, not just the amount of stars they have, but look for some common words, some patterns within those reviews to see if your personality matches what a lot of those reviews are saying. Responsiveness, experience, local market expertise, personality and communication, and recommendations and reviews. Those are the 5 major attributes that you want to look for when choosing an agent when you're moving to a new state. If you're looking to move to East Tennessee, these are the 5 things that I strive to deliver to each and every client. Let's connect to make your move a smooth one. If you are one of my faithful followers, I would love it if you would like this video, comment on it, share it onto your social media channels. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and I can't do it by myself. So share this onto your social media channels. If you're looking to move to East Tennessee, I would love to help you. Until next time.